Okay. So, before I really get into all of this, firstly, I want to thank the people who are supporting me and are helping me because you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot more than you probably think you're doing. Lori, Brandon, Tasha, and especially Scott, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. I really do. Because this month particularly has been hard, and the channels that have been targeting me are apparently planning to make August even harder for seemingly no reason. Like, I've done nothing to them. But I do feel like we need to talk about it because can we just discuss the behavior of threatening somebody if they report you? Just take that and look at how aggressive and predatory that specific thing is. This man saying, we're coming after you now because you reported me. Even though, for one, he doesn't know that I reported him. He can't know that because I didn't, but also because reports are private. YouTube has a system where you report something and the person that you are reporting they're not told who has put in a report about them. So there are people in my comments flat out saying who actually sent in the report. I'm not going to repeat that name because that's part of the game. That's part of what I'm trying to get away from because I am tired and I genuinely need this to stop. I hate this. I hate waking up every day being afraid that I'm going to be attacked by thousands of people because this man has said something about me to them. And I don't even know what he's saying because I don't watch his videos. I'm not going to go over to Discord or to Rumble to find out what he's telling people to do to me. But I know for a fact that he's over there telling them to hurt me, to terrorize me emotionally, because he knows that I am weak and he knows that he's capable of emotionally hurting me, which is why he has been targeting me for 6 years. It is all about power and dominance, and it's explicit in the threat that he says reporting makes it worse. If you're ever in a situation where somebody is hurting you and they tell you that reporting it will make it worse, get out as fast as fucking possible. Get out, because that person is deranged and dangerous. This man is extremely dangerous. To be saying that about YouTube, to be threatening me and threatening to send his people after me over his YouTube channel being reported when he knows what he's doing violates the terms of service. He knows exactly what he's doing. And if ever he has to take accountability for it, he targets the weakest victim that he has at his disposal. And unfortunately, that's me. Because I have CPTSD, and they like to use that to terrorize me. I mean, they know that my mental state is not wonderful. They know that I currently am I'm on the other end of a nervous breakdown. July was so bad for me that I had to take long breaks from gaming and long breaks from existing to pull myself together and get myself back mentally to a place where I am functional. And this is something that happens to me if ever I push myself too hard, I get overstimulated, overwhelmed, and I break mentally, and I have to take a break to build myself back. A big part of why this happened is because of a murder that I witnessed in 2009, and I was held captive by the man that did it for 5 weeks. The people targeting me, Adonis Paul and their followers, they like to say that I committed this crime, and that's why I deserve to be treated this way. A quick Google search will tell you exactly who committed that crime, who is in prison for it for life, who confessed to it, and who turned that person in. You don't even have to look up me. You don't have to look up him, the man in prison. You can look up the victim's name and find out exactly what the truth of the story is. Roberta Laws, 2009, Middleburg, Florida. Nowhere will you find anybody accusing me outside of my family and this group that has been targeting me. Also, I'm sorry that the camera keeps shaking. This bed keeps sinking, and so it's not stable. And every time I move, everything, it's very squishy right now. I should have put more air in it before I started this soliloquy. I'm sorry about that. But so I have legitimate PTSD. I witnessed a murder. I was held captive by a murderer. And even before that, I already had PTSD because I come from a very, very bad upbringing. I had a bad marriage. It's a whole thing where my brain does not work quite the same as everybody else's. I am in a constant fight against my own nervous system because PTSD makes my fight or flight instincts heightened, and my brain can no longer tell what is life-threatening anymore. I had a vasovagal syncope because I saw my friend faint. My brain saw somebody fall and said panic, and suddenly I can't control my bladder. That's not normal, but it's normal for me because it's who I am now. Don't startle me. You might activate my skunk defenses. It's a frustrating thing to have to deal with. And it's even more frustrating when there's all these people coming after me, gaslighting, manipulating, terrorizing emotionally. And all I'm trying to do is move forward with my life. I take my medication. I see my psychiatrist every month. I see my therapist every week. I am doing everything I am supposed to be doing to get myself to a place of stability and comfort. And these channels are doing everything they can to keep me unstable and take away anything that they can take from me. And I would say I don't understand why, but of course I understand why. It's because people are trash. That's why. Everywhere you go in life, you're going to find men like Adonis Paul who want to own you, who want to control you, who want to tell you that if you tell anybody what they're doing, they're going to hurt you worse. And they should not have the power that they have. I've been saying for years that he needs to be addressed. Somebody at YouTube needs to see what he's actually doing. But he says he has friends at YouTube, and that's why nobody actually does anything about all of it. Because this has gone on for years. He accused me of murder. He held a fundraiser targeting my brother's grave that caused my abusive family to visit my brother's grave multiple times with bottles of apple juice. He's held multiple fundraisers targeting my disabled brother's grave. My brother did even less to him than I did. And he's perfectly fine making money targeting his grave. My brother was born disabled because my father couldn't keep his hands off of my mother, ever. He was extremely abusive. He beat my mother while she was pregnant. The day my brother was born, he tried to kill them both. My brother was born by emergency C-section. They both almost died. And now Adonis Paul holds fundraisers targeting his grave. Because that's what he deserves after a life like that, right? For a man like that to profit off of his death, off of his pain, off of his final resting place. Sending people out there with bottles of apple juice. But that's the kind of man Adonis Paul is. Predatory to his core. And YouTube does not need predators. We don't need predators as influencers. There's too many of them, and it's been okay for too long. They're going after, Adonis Paul specifically goes after mentally challenged, mentally disturbed people and finds out what their triggers are and then intentionally triggers them to use their own issues against them for his profit. He's told me many times he's never going to let me profit online. That if I want to profit, I'll have to find a way to find a job in real life. Because if I write a book, he's going to take my book and he's going to redistribute it for free so that nobody ever buys a copy other than the one that he gets. If I make an OnlyFans, which I did at one point, I thought maybe I could get around them by making an OnlyFans. He'll have one person subscribe to it, take the content, and redistribute it for free so that I'll never make any profit from it. He takes anything that I put on YouTube and he redistributes it to profit off of it. He has promised me that if I ever get my channel monetized, he will immediately have all of his followers report it so that YouTube will take it down and I'll have to start over from scratch. Now, that's something he's allowed to do. Let's make that clear. While he says that if I report a single post or video that he makes telling me that I'm a murderer who should be terrorized, if I report that, I get it worse. But if I happen to rise up in the ranks, he's allowed to send 10,000 people to report me frivolously. And that's a success on his part. I can never do anything to retaliate against that because he's the one with the power. Why is that? We are both grown adults on YouTube. Why should he have so much more power than I do? Just because he has people that are willing to hurt for him. He has people that if he tells them, go do this, they'll go do it. And then he doesn't really have to do much of anything at all but sit back and watch his people hurt for him. And YouTube allows it. Year after year after year, YouTube allows it. And just this once, they've decided to say something to him. I didn't report him. I rarely report him because he threatened me if I reported him, and I am afraid. He says I'm lying about that. They say that I'm just exaggerating. I am genuinely afraid, and I have been afraid for many years because this man has been threatening me. His behavior is threatening, and I feel hopeless. The only thing that I have giving me hope and keeping me going are the few followers I have that I know support me, and my friend Scott, who has been doing the most to get me through July. But I can't keep on like this. As strong as I am breaking, and I cannot keep going under this stress. I cannot continue year after year waking up afraid of what this man is going to do to me because YouTube has decided I don't matter as a person for them to stop him. It's their platform. They make the rules. They said that targeted harassment was against the rules, but then they made loopholes for cartoon characters, which is why he uses cartoon characters to do what he's doing, because, oh, that's not real. That's a cartoon. It's free use. He can tell you to kill yourself if he's doing it as a cartoon character. It hurts exactly the same. And it's fucked up that it's taken this long for YouTube to acknowledge that. And I don't think they're going to do anything permanent. What has happened now, all he's done is go to his second channel. And if his second channel gets flagged, you know what he'll do? He'll go to his third channel. And if his third channel gets flagged, you know what he'll do? He'll make a fourth channel. Because that's the kind of man he is. And there is something seriously wrong with that. And I am tired of being a victim of that kind of man. I don't want him in my life. Why would I? He accused me of murder, and he's never retracted it. He said, oh, well, he's called me a co-conspirator. But then he always goes back to calling me a killer or a murderer and saying that I pushed and I caused it, as if you can mentally make another person physically do something. It's frustrating. And I'm tired. And I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm going to be finishing Majora's Mask, and then I'm going to be playing a game specific for Scott because he's asked me to, and then I'm going to be taking an extended break from gaming and from making videos for a little while, but I'm not leaving fully because I don't want them to take it as a victory. Me leaving YouTube would be a victory for them. It would be a win. And it would only lead to them feeling more empowered to find more people like me to chase away from doing things like this, which is not harming anybody. What I do in playing games and reviewing TV shows and talking about my life, the only person that talking about my life hurts are the people who have hurt me in my life that don't want to see me getting better, which is my family. And I don't really care if it hurts them to see me get better. I have that right. As a human, I have the right to heal and grow, even if it makes you angry. And the fact that so many people want to stop me from doing that tells me that there's something about me that makes me different and makes me worth fighting for. So I'm not giving up. I'm going to be back to making regular content, but I need to get myself in order before I can really devote a whole lot of attention to this channel. There's a lot of things that I want to do. I want to do stop motion things with Friend. I want to write a children's book series with Friend that we can also create videos, like read along storybooks for another channel that we're going to create. I have ideas, and I keep getting stalled out because I get moving, and then I start being attacked by these channels because they need content. And then I just get so mentally overwhelmed by the attacks that I can't do anything else. And it's not right. And it has to stop.